Welcome to Daily Conversation. This is Mr. K.
This is Eric.
Yeah, today is the 17th of December 2021, and the time now is 16 a.m. Well, today our topic is when you get rich, discuss how you will deal with security issues. Right, so before we get started, please click the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right, so here we go. Yep. So yeah, for this question, I think uh, there are a lot of ways to do. I mean, if we want to deal with the security issues, if let's say we were very rich, uh, and then, but I think among many of the maybe strategies, I think the best way is to keep yourself low key, to keep low profile, if it is possible. Yeah, for this one, it can through many ways. For example, your lifestyle. Yeah, for this one, uh, firstly, what kind of house are you living in? Yeah, this is the first people can see whether you're rich. And second is, I think maybe is the car. Yeah, what cars are you driving? Do you have a driver? Yeah, in uh, drive if you drive a luxury car and then maybe you hire a driver, then maybe that is a very obvious thing that you are signaling to maybe to others, to the public, or to some bad guys that you are rich. So I think if your ways of dealing with the security issues is keeping yourself low profile, then you can try to do something from your lifestyle. And this is a signaling method, which actually you are trying to signal that you are cost conscious. Yeah, in this way, I think uh, people won't really think that you are rich or what. People don't know whether you are rich or not rich. Yeah, for this one of the real case in my life, which is I remember that when I was like uh, 15 to 18. Yeah, at that time I have to take the school bus to school every day in the morning. And every day in the morning when I was waiting for my school bus, and they would also be another guy, and that guy is quite old, I think. Yeah, it's like 60 something. And then yeah, at first I really don't know who he is, and then it seems like he also live uh, in this area, and then he took the bus every day by himself. Yeah, and he just wear some casual clothes, and then take carry a bag, and then wait for the bus every day. And one day, my father told me that actually that guy is kind of like uh, considerably rich, yeah, which is richer than the average people, because he has got many uh, those kind of land, which is um, yeah, we call the rubber tree land. Yeah, he has got a few pieces of those land, so he doesn't have to work. He can just collect the rental from the land, and then he also owned the land. So at that time, actually, my father told me that he we can call him a millionaire. Uh, uh, yeah, just this guy. So actually, if my father didn't know this guy, and then nobody will know he is so rich, and then he take the bus, nobody will think into that way. Yep. So I think this is a very good way to deal with the security issues. And then beside just now I say cars and then where you live, and then I think maybe where you live, we can talk a little bit more about this, which is the security, the public security in Malaysia, I think is totally cannot be trusted. Yeah, it is quite insecure in Malaysia. And then I think for where we live, it's better to get a place which is gated and guarded. Yeah, which is those gated and guarded community. It's a better choice even if you were not really rich. But I think this is a, something to be considered when you would like to uh, maybe buy a new house. And then yeah, this is what I would consider because it's really needed. Yeah, and then one of the other way I think maybe if we really were very rich, and then one of the other way is to try to move away from Malaysia, maybe go if you're able to move to other countries like Singapore, then that will be a good option because it actually solve the, the the main concern, because in Singapore the risk that you get robbed or maybe get kidnapped is really low compared to Malaysia. Yep. So I think this is the sharing of mine today. And before ending this, I would like to share one of the real story that I experienced, that I know uh, from from I think it's from my school, yeah, my secondary school. Yeah, for this one, uh, there is a guy which is actually the cousin of Robert Kwok. Yeah, in Chinese we call him Guo He Nian, and sorry, Guo He Yao. Guo He Nian is Robert Kwok, and his cousin brother is Guo He Yao, and then this guy is actually the chairman of the board of Funyu High School. So uh, actually in many years ago, it is like maybe 1970 or 1980, he actually got kidnapped by somebody, and then he got kidnapped 2 times at that time. And then uh, uh, both times the kidnappers released him after they successfully collect the money. Yeah. So for these things, I think I don't know whether the kidnappers think the Kwok family is super rich, so uh, this guy become the target of the kidnappers. So yeah, and interestingly, because at that time, this guy is kind of like a guy which is a big contribution to the Chinese society. And then at that time, all of after the family know that Guo Heyao got kidnapped, and then uh, they try to ask help from the public, and then uh, also they publish uh, something like an appeal uh, for releasing uh, this guy. And then and they say this could be very rare in Malaysia, because you imagine that someone got kidnapped, and then all of the people, they are requesting the kidnappers to release this guy, and then even you can see the appeal appear on the newspaper. Yeah, and then maybe it's the something like the stress, uh, maybe it's too risky, and then the kidnappers uh, release him. I think I'm not sure the whole story, but it's something like that. Um, yeah, so this is the story. And what I would like to point out is when you get rich, not only that you will be uh, risky or more easier become the target of some bad guy, and also your maybe relative, your family members, or even maybe your close friend could also be the target of the bad guys. Yeah.
Uh, uh, can you repeat your conclusion? Because yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
your conclusion is you become rich and then you have higher risk.
Yeah. Become when we become rich, we will be easily become the target of maybe kidnappers or some robbers or some bad guys, and then also for the person that uh, related to you, let's say your family members, your relative, your friends, uh, they uh, they also get the risk, get higher risk because of you are rich.
Because not all kidnapper is the person, right?
Sorry, not all kidnappers.
Would release the person.
Ah, yeah,
This is just a lucky case.
correct.
Yeah. For this topic, I want to talk about from another perspective. But before that, uh, just go through the convention first. Yeah, when you get rich, your security is very important. And if your security being compromised and you may lose your wealth. Hmm. So I agree we need to keep our low profile. This is important. And but another thing which is now most of our wealth is actually in digital form. It's
Mm,
not in physical form. We didn't store the gold at our home. We didn't keep a lot of cash in a safety box inside our home. Yeah. So uh, let's say the theft and the robber they uh, they comes to your house and then they want to rob you or they
mm,
want to steal your money. And most normally they wouldn't get what they want. Yeah, because most of our money are safe in the bank. Yeah. But the kidnapper have some methods. Yeah. They can force you take out the money from digital form and then convert into physical form and then pass it to them.
mm,
Yeah. So this is how your security could be could be compromised. Yeah. So keeping a low profile is still very important, even though uh, most of our wealth are in digital form already. Yeah. And yeah, so this is the point. And I just share you the link. Yeah,
mm,
and this actually okay. In this article, it's actually mentioned about the LHDN, which is Malaysia's tax department,
mm,
and it say that the LHDN, the Malaysian tax department, will have the authority to foresee, to sorry, not foresee, to oversee, uh, to oversee your to oversight. That means to oversight uh your bank account, your bank detail, yeah, and they can know your balance, your bank balance, and also they can know your transactions
mm,
without your consent, without your approval, yeah, and yeah. So what does it mean? And this means you couldn't do the tax evasion, yeah. Of course, this is not something we need to do. We need to follow the law, yeah. And but another bigger issue I I I see from this
mm,
is actually which is another thing which is the LHDN say that yeah, if they found that you do the tax evasions and then they have the right to take your money to lock your asset, let's say to lock your bank balance, then he can take out your money, transfer out of your money, transfer your money out from your bank account. Yeah, so this it makes me worry. Yeah, even though for those for the people who don't do tax evasion, would they expose the risk to the Malaysian's uh, tax department? Yeah, so this is another issue of security. Yeah, and also recently, yeah, because it actually raised my concern because now the Malaysian tax residents outside of the country who earns any foreign source income, now we need to pay tax to Malaysian uh, governments when we bring back the money from from overseas to Malaysia.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is an uncommon taxation, and why Malaysia uh will kind of like make this kind of decision? Yeah, what's in their mind? And after that, I see this article. Yeah, the LHDN uh, have the right to take your asset out of your bank account. Yeah, so it kind of like everything linked together, and we can find that not only in Malaysia, actually in many countries, their control keep increasing. Yeah, the government control or the central bank control. Yeah, all the government departments, their control keep increasing. They kind of like want to restrict your freedoms. And try to imagine you have a piece of land and you build a house to land. And then now the government comes to you or the tax department comes to you, they suspect you they suspect you invoke the kind of like money launderings or tax evasions, and then they have the right to sell your house. Yeah, this is similar to they have the right to take your money out of your bank account. Yeah. And they can do something, take money out of your bank account. They also can do something kind of like restrict you to access your property, and then it's actually not your property. Yeah, it's actually a right of use of the property under this country. Yeah. Many people don't understand what is called ownership. Yeah, the ownership means you own something. You buy something, you have bought something, doesn't mean that you own the things.
Yeah.
Yeah, for example, I buy, let's say, 100 pounds, 100 pounds or 100 kg of the gold. But can I ship out to another country? If the Malaysian government don't allow me to ship out all my gold, is it really my property? Is it really my gold? Yeah. And how about your real estate, your property? Yeah, you can stay in there. Yeah, right. You can use it, but can you move it? If government say, okay, I want to take back this land. Now I want to take back your house with no reason. They may either they compensate you, either they don't compensate you. Yeah. What is your choice? What can you do? Yeah. So this is the myth of the ownership. So what thing you can own? What thing you can secure? Yeah. So this is a point. And okay, for me, actually, I feel a bit worried. And if I able to sell my house in Malaysia, I would do that. But unfortunately, I can only sell my house after 10 years. And who know what will happen in these 10 years? Nobody will know. But be optimistic. It should be okay. It should be fine. Okay, but if governments really want to come to you and he force you to do something, and you have no choice. And I'm not sure start from when I have a decision, which is the money I invest in the crypto. I don't have any plans to take out. I don't have any plan to kind of like to take out to sell the crypto and then sell the crypto to Singapore dollar or sell the crypto to Malaysian ringgit. I'm not sure. I'm not sure when I started to have this kind of mindset because it's not secure. What secure is crypto? It's quite funny. People say crypto is high risk asset, but for me, it is kind of like the only asset I can secure my wealth. So it is the opposite. And I own the control. I have the control, and nobody can compromise the control. Of course they can come to me and then they kidnap me or they kidnap my family member and then ask me to give out my private key. But besides this, they don't have anything can do. To kind of like compromise my security, even though the government. You can kill me. You definitely can kill me, but you can't access my wealth. And you have a lot of ways to store your private key. You can do multi-signature wallet. You can store your private key separately, geographically. One set of private key in Malaysia, another set of private key in Singapore, and another set maybe in another country. And then you only keep a fractions of the wealth in your hot wallet, so you can do your daily transaction. This is a lot inconvenient, but you have the security. You have the highest security. But of course, there are some trade-off. What if you die and then your family member need to access to the wealth? Can they do that? Do they know how to do? It requires a lot of things, education, and it requires many things. Maybe you need to don't tell everybody. And what circumstances you should never do some things. And but maybe we think too far, because when your money are stored in the somewhere which is very, very difficult to access, the people who want to compromise the security, they'll think, because they are not motivated to do that, because this is too difficult. So they may find other targets. And so this is one point. And another point is, you say, digital asset is good. What if I have another bank account in Singapore or in US or in China? It may happen. I mean, the government control may happen. But of course, I don't think other country would do would do something like that to kind of like take away your money. But I'm not sure. Because they are government, they have a set of rules of doing things. Yeah, when the time is calm, the actions will be triggered. The certain set of action will be triggered. Yeah, and if you look at history, every time it happens the same thing. Yeah. So, and also another thing which is, yeah, you can store your money in other country bank account. You can store it in digital form, but does it mean that you gain the security same as the crypto? No, because hacker can hack inside your bank account and then steal your money out. You may say, oh, they don't have my phone. Yeah, so they will have no way to access the 2FA authorization or the 2FA SMS. But if they can have some way to know your SIM card information, and they can call to telecommunication company and then pretend you and then try to persuade them. Try to persuade them that they are the real person, which is they are you. And then they can transfer the information, they can transfer the ability to receive the message to another phone number.
Yeah.
And you still don't know. Yeah. So yeah, of course the risk is low for normal people, but it is not tough like I couldn't say impossible, but I would say this is not something rare. Yeah. There are many cases happen around the world. SIM card hack. Yeah. And yeah, so the security is different. The security level between like the bank account store your wealth in digital form versus the crypto, the security is different. Yeah. Yeah, and how what is the security of crypto if the hacker want to hack your money without comes to you? And try to imagine this is the earth, and say inside the earth all the sand in the earth, every piece of sand inside the earth is actually also a earth. Okay. And then inside those earths, inside those earths, they also each of the earths also have the sand, right? Yeah. And the difficulty is to pick the sand inside a second level, inside the second layer of the earth. Which means you need to pick the sand inside the sand of the earth, of the earth. Yeah. So
pick all of them, right?
What?
You mean pick all of the?
Pick one of them. You need to find one of the specific sand.
One from. Oh, I see.
Yeah. So that means we have a big earth, and then inside this one big earth, and we have a lot of sand. So try to imagine all the sand inside this big earth is also the same. It's also a small earth, but the small earth is the same size as the big earth. Okay, and inside this small earth, all of the small earth inside also got the sand. Yeah, so you need to pick the sand. You need to pick the specific sand. The difficulty is similar to this. Yeah, so this is the how high the security of crypto. Yeah. Or another mathematic analogy is the quadrillion of quadrillion of quadrillions of quadrillion. Yeah. Yeah. So but this is too difficult to imagine. Yeah. I think the Earth's example is the best example to describe the security. Yeah. So yeah, so this is my sharing for today.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, I don't know. I just maybe hear or watch some TV programs that says that maybe some rich guy they will kind of like open a bank account in countries like Switzerland and then store the money in that bank account. And also there is rumors, which is our prime minister, the former prime minister, also got uh, a bank account in Switzerland, and then yeah, it seems like some countries they provide maybe the uh, uh, I, I don't know why they store there. Maybe it's like some some banks they can keep the details, keep the
Privacy.
privacy better than some countries.
Yeah. The first reason is to avoid tax. Not avoid tax. Maybe they do the tax evasion, and then they store the money inside, and then the Switzerland bank have a law which is they won't disclose their customer information to everyone. Yeah. So this is the first reason, and second reason is maybe they involved in money laundering. And the third is store the wealth. But how many people can access those facilities?
Yeah.
Maybe you need a few million or even above 10 billion, above 10 million USD, so you can access the facility, and every year have maybe 1% charge or 2% charge. Yeah. For normal
Yeah.
people, you have no way to access those facilities, but the money, the wealth you own is critical for you. You can't lose it.
Yep.
Even though it is $100, even though it is just a $10,000, this is critical for you.
Yes. Yeah. Even it is not a big number, maybe to some millionaires, billionaires, but just because we are not rich, so any amount of money is important.
Not any amount of money is important, but I mean, it could be any number of amount. The importance is regardless of the number of the dollar. It depends on the person. This is subjective. Maybe you think $10 is important enough because $10 will decide uh uh your debt of life.
Yeah, your
Because
next meal.
because if you only left this $10 and you couldn't get the next meal, you are in the window, or you couldn't get a room to stay and you will die. Yeah.
Yep.
So the amount is subjective, but we couldn't say the amount is low, so does it mean that this is not important? No, we couldn't say that. It depends. It depends on the judgment of people.
Yeah. Yep. And for let's say the strategies that you suggest just now, which is the crypto, and it seems like this is something accessible to most of the people, right? Even though
Uh,
you don't have much money.
I would like to correct you. It's not for most of people, but for all people in the world. This is something I must correct. Yeah, because you don't need any other things. You can you just need the phones, or you just need the electronic device, and you have the way to access internet or access like some other form of mm, maybe the radio communications, something like that you can communicate. Your device can communicate with other computer or with other device. So it doesn't mean that you need internet. Many people uh was mistaken, which is crypto require internet. If all around the government shut down the internet, and then crypto would just disappear. The first thing is government couldn't shut down the internet. People will find way to access the internet again. You couldn't fully shut down. This is the first thing. And second thing is crypto and every other computer, all the machines, all the electronic device don't rely on internet. They rely on the way, the channel to communicate with another electronic device. It doesn't mean it requires internet. It could be other way. Satellite. Yeah. Through the satellite. And it could through maybe the radar or other thing or other channel. This is less effective, less effective and less efficient, but this is also a channel to communicate. Yeah. So yeah, so this is also one of the maybe people call the FUD. FUD.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I heard that some country they I don't know, just hear that some country they kind of like the government banned some cryptocurrency in the country. So how do they do that?
Okay, they ban the exchange, which is they ban the crypto exchange. We don't allow the crypto exchange being accessible by anyone. So that means you have no crypto exchange. How can you buy Bitcoin? You couldn't interact with the exchange. Yeah.
Oh.
So they ask the exchange out of the business. And then, but yeah, human is human. Yeah, human is not animal. Human will act, will think. Human will not only follow your plans. Humans will do something for their own benefit, from their own self-interest. And try to imagine, you have Bitcoin, I don't have, I want to buy from you.
Yeah.
And then, because we are under government ban, we couldn't access to the exchange. And you want to sell your Bitcoin, I want to buy the Bitcoin, and then I go to you, I pass you the real money, the physical money, or I transfer the money to you, and then you send me your Bitcoin, maybe through Lightning Network, maybe through the Bitcoin network. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, this is very easy to do. And try to imagine the government bans the drug. Is it successful? Yes, it's successful, but do we still have drug? Yes, a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you want governments restrict everyone to use the crypto, you know, how can they do? In order to restrict everyone's to own crypto, they have to come to you one by one. They have to come to a person they suspect one by one, and then ask you to give up your private key. So how difficult it was. Yeah. So, and also it also show that how important to keep a low profile.
Yes.
But also when they come to you, does it mean that you need to give up your private key? Maybe yes, maybe no.
Yep. You may give maybe a part of it. They won't know how much you have, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So anything you want to add in?
No.
Okay, so that's all for our today's conversations. How do you feel? Did you enjoy the conversations? Please tell us what you think of our conversation. And we are not native speakers. If you found any vocabulary mistake that we made, please also comment to let us know. because we want to learn more and improve ourselves. Remember to like subscribe to us. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.